Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Sorry for the hiatus. I really fucked up on that part. Excuse me, but I'm back now, and hopefully I can come out with more, more videos for you guys. Hopefully school and work doesn't kick me in the ass. Anyway, let's get right into this. So the first episode starts off with Anthony, Thomas, and Corey swimming into the cave at the base of the mountain. Where we left off last episode. And once they enter, they spot the tribal member of the cave, and Anthony orders Corey to shoot. Him to shoot him. Of course he does. Unfortunately for the asshole group, Derek sees this and points a bow at the group, and it's badass. And then it cuts off, and then it cuts off, and then it cuts to Scott having a dream about a massive sea creature eating him. He wakes up in fear, and while he wakes up Alan, and they discuss that they need to leave the island. So they go look for Tim. Tim's not in his room. They go a bit around the cave. They go to the doctor's office, and uh, they were gonna look for Tim in there. Alan says that he'll wait outside of the office for both Scott and Tim. Scott says, "All right." He goes in, and Scott asks the doctor if Tim was there. He was. He was sitting there at the table, at the getting a checkup. Scott asks if he is okay. Tim responds with, "He could be better." Scott then asks the doctor what the hell was up, what was wrong. The doctor says that Tim got sick from the fight with the beast. So yeah, that happens, and the doctor gives Tim a potion to drink. While Tim is drinking the potion, the doctor whispers to Scott that Tim needs to go to the doctors on the mainland with more modern medicines, because if he doesn't, then he'll die, and uh, that is not good, obviously. But he says that the potion keeps the infection from spreading for 24 hours. Scott then asks the doctor how many more of the potions he has, but unfortunately for him, that was the last one. But the doctor does give Scott a list of items he needs, which are spider eyes, red and brown mushrooms. Scott then tries to comfort Tim by saying that he'll make it and that he won't die, and that if he needs anything, he can tell the doctor. Then he steps out of the room. Honestly, apart from my shitty explanation, because I haven't done this in a while, I enjoyed all of this, so it gets an up. Scott then calls Alan over and tells him that Tim might not make it and explains why, and then tells him that they have to get the fuck out of there. Pretty standard stuff. Scott then comes up with the plan, which is basically Scott talks to Derek about them leaving, and Alan goes to the mines and tries to get some information about the island. Alan, with the plans in set, Alan heads down to the mines. Scott heads to Derek's room, but as soon as he was about to ring the doorbell, Derek opens the door, and Scott asks him if they could talk, and Derek responds with, "Yeah, we need to talk." I like this segment, so it gets enough. The camera then cuts to the doctor saying to Tim that he was sorry that he got the sickness, and then Tim asks if he's gonna die, and the doctor says no, that you have good friends and that they won't let him die, but that Tim needs to go to room 8. The doctor then tells Tim that he has work to do, and Tim leaves the room. Of course, it cuts back to Scott and Derek in Derek's room, and Scott says, "What did you want to talk about?" And Derek said the same thing that you wanted to talk about. Ooh, suspense. It then cuts to Alan walking to the mines, but he spots a person blocking up the entrance or the exit, whatever you want to call it, and asks what the person was doing. The person tells him that once a year the river rises and floods the island, so they're blocking it up so it doesn't flood the cave, where they live. Alan then says thank you and leaves, and the camera cuts back to Scott and Derek, Scott then says that they need to leave the island, but Derek says it's not that simple anymore. Scott says that one of Derek's people could help them. Derek tells him that he's dead and that his friend killed him. Scott says neither Tim or Alan could have killed him, and then Derek said these other guys, they said they knew Scott. It then cuts back to Tim in his room saying what the doctor meant by go to room 8. And then he figures out that each of the rooms in the cave are numbered, so he just goes to the one named room 8. Once he goes inside, he finds a secret tunnel in the room and that leads out of the cave, and honestly, I give this all an up. It then cuts back to Scott explaining how he knows Anthony, Corey, and Thomas. Derek then says that they told him that Scott betrayed them. Scott says no, that he didn't, and Derek points out that they didn't all arrive together. Scott replies to that by saying that they got split up while looking for the kid in the blue hoodie that they were trying to find. Derek then says that the kid is not what he seems, and that Scott needs to go back to the mines. Scott asks why, and Derek explains Scott the same thing that that person told Alan earlier that was blocking up the exit. Scott then says that they want to leave and that they won't take up any more space. Derek asks why, and Scott says that he and says to Scott that he doesn't need to worry about things like taxes or any other worries that come with going back. Scott then says that he had a wife and a child and says that the others had families before coming to the island. Derek then says that that was Scott's old life and this is the new one. Scott then tells Derek why he wants it to stay. Derek explains that the island and especially the water is dangerous with creatures that he wished he had never seen, and that he's tried to escape with a bunch of others, but a whole lot of them died and he thought it was a curse, so he came to accept it and he said he was reborn, yada yada yada, typical villain things. Derek then offers Scott the same thing. Scott seemingly agrees with him, and Derek tells him that he wants to show him something. So Derek walks Scott to a little balcony in his room that has a view of the island. Scott looks around, but all of a sudden Derek pulls a sword and looks like he's about to stab Scott. But as soon as Scott turns around, he puts it away. They then go back inside, and Scott said that he'll go to the mines and then leaves the room. Scott then goes to his room to get his tools. But as soon as he's leaving his room, Tim spots him and says that he might have found a way out of the cave. Tim then leads Scott to room 8 and shows him the tunnel, and I think that was a perfect way to end off the episode. So I'm going to give that an up. Honestly, props to InfinityBoy108 for that. And I will give one down because honestly, it was too many camera cuts to be really invested. But I get why they did it, to show more of everybody else, to the lead up of the final episode. But this is such a good episode. Um, props to Infinity Boy, and I'll see you guys later, I guess. Bye.